Hi, here is a video on how I overcame my negative thoughts and how you can also overcome your negative thoughts with a few simple perspective changes. You see, we all think negative. We always will. It'll just happen. But you can minimize these negative thoughts and you can change your perspective so when they pop up, it doesn't affect you the same way that it used to. You see, most of our thoughts come from our subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind is like a program, a computer program, that was given to us and evolved over time from our childhood up until this point that you're watching this video. And most of our thoughts come from our subconscious mind. 95%, according to some studies. So 95% of your thoughts are coming from your subconscious mind, which means most of your negative thoughts are coming from there as well. And so I started to realize that I am not my thoughts, for one. I'm not my thoughts. I am more than my thoughts. I'm more than this brain. And I come to realize that anything that I'm thinking in a negative perspective is just a habit that I picked up from who knows where, my family or my past or my teachers or society. And so when you realize and you're able to separate your thoughts and yourself, you realize that these thoughts that are changing your emotions, making you feel negative, making you feel sad, they aren't even the true you. And so what I did is I went on a journey to figure out the true me. Who is Adam? Who is behind the name Adam? Who is the observer of those thoughts? And I felt peace in that. And I realized that every negative thought that I ever had was just a subconscious programming. You see, we all have different perspectives on a similar situation. One person can see another thing that may seem positive and they think it's negative. Another person can see something that's negative and they see it as positive. And these are all just perspectives. So everything in life is a perspective on what you think of it. And so I also started changing my perspective. I started looking at life as neutral. I didn't start seeing these situations as negative or positive. They're just things happening, and it's what we think growing up about these things that give it a negative thought. But when you take that away, when you take that perspective, when you take that viewpoint away, you realize that they're just thoughts. They're just circumstances. And nothing is neither positive or negative. We just put these labels on it. And so take the label off and what do you have? You just have things going on, things happening, stuff going on, stuff happening. And at first it was hard. A certain situation would happen and you'd go into your automatic subconscious programming and you would have automatic subconscious thoughts about why this certain thing is negative. But the longer you do this, the longer you keep riding this subconscious train of negative thoughts, the more hardwired it becomes in your brain. So the quicker you can break out of this, the better. And the way to break out of it is to realize that there is no negative thoughts. There's no positive thoughts. They're just thoughts that we have put labels on. And we attach ourselves to it. And we think that we are our thoughts. But we're not. We're using this brain. And we're using these thoughts to explore this 3D physical world. But we are much more than that. And these thoughts are just thoughts. And if you can separate yourself from them and realize that they have nothing to do with the true inner you, the true observer, the witness of these thoughts, then you begin to separate yourself from the negative thoughts. So instead, Next time you have a certain circumstance and a negative thought comes up which produces a negative emotion, just say to yourself, where did I learn this label? Why do I feel this way about this certain situation? When did I first feel this way? And you realize that you probably felt this way growing up because someone else felt this way, and it's a learned pattern. Just realize that all thoughts, everything happening in life, is just stuff happening that we put labels on. Once you change the labels, or your perspective, you no longer have reins on your life. So separate it, relax a little bit, make your own labels for certain situations. And on top of that, focus more on the positive in life, whatever you deem to be positive, and focus on that. And realize that anything negative that may pop up in your life is just negative because you put that label on it. It's not negative in real life, it's just a thing happening. And once you realize it's just a thing happening and not something happening to you because it's negative and they're after you or whatever, you realize that you're free. You're free from these negative thoughts because there's no such thing as negative. They're just labels. Change the labels, change your life. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.